So here today, I got third day of 75 hard. You got to do two 45-minute workouts. I already did one outside, and actually one of those has to be outside. I'm going to do legs today. I do a split, and I do quads in an AM session, and then I do hamstrings in a PM session. I do hamstrings at Planet Fitness. They've just got better machines and equipment than I do. Um, but the thing is, the reason I break it up is because whenever I feel like whenever I've got quads and hamstrings in the same exact workout, then I'll take it easy on one muscle group, or I can't really focus how I want to, right? But if I break it up, then it's like, okay, I got quads and I blast those, and then on the PM session, I've got the hamstrings and I blast those. And I feel like I can give them more attention whenever they're separated like that. Also today, I'll be doing abs. Hate doing abs. Need to do abs as part of the spring cut, and getting the abdominals there. But anyways, the reason I'm saying that is because back in the day, if I wanted to bring up, like, say, a weak body part, I would typically do my entire workout. Say it was a chest day, I'd do my workout, and then afterwards it was calf time. Well, then I would just take it easy on calves. Well, if you're going to bring up a body part, you're going to have to prioritize that body part. And so I've started putting the body parts that I'm wanting to bring up, I put those at the very beginning of the routine. So I can blast those, and then it's almost like once I'm done with that and I'm moving into the actual routine itself, it's like, okay, here we go. But I done got that out of the way, and I gave it the max effort and everything that I needed to. So we're going to start off with abs. My quad workout is very brief and very infrequent. I'll do some leg extensions to get my knees and just my quads warmed up, then one all-out max set. I'll do a set of squats, a few sets of warm-ups, then my max set. Go back over to leg extensions, hit a double, for my max, and then I'll go with a single, maybe a couple warm-ups to my max, and that's it. I might throw some sissy squats in there, maybe. But the thing is, like, it doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm telling you, dude, after you're done, like, you're pumped, you're blasted, like, and the whole theory behind high intensity is just brief and infrequent. Okay? We're just kicking in the stimulation here, right? We're just kicking in the growth stimulation that the body needs in order to grow. We don't grow in the gym. We grow at home with nutrition and rest, right? So it's just my job to kick it into gear. So it'll probably last like 25, maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. But yeah, let's fucking go, man. Do a couple warm-up sets over here, like I said, with the leg extension. I actually bought all of these freaking machines. Every one of these I bought on Amazon, with the exception of the Smith machine. Actually, I forgot I was going to do abs first. Just do declines, and I do rest pause basically, and I push my max. I go as many as I possibly can. Wait for 10 seconds, boom, do as many as I possibly can. Wait for 10 seconds, do as many as I possibly can, and keep that up for 5, 6, 7 sets. But yeah, dude. Try to be squeezing, trying to be flexing your abs the entire time you're doing this. Um, yeah, I mean, it's that time under tension is what you're after. So wait about 10 seconds and then, kick in some more. And I'm trying to really put emphasis on the negative, right? So I'm telling you, if you are flexing and, leaning back like this, dude, you can just feel your entire abs burning, dude. Explosive to the top and then down with probably 4 or 5 second negative. It might be 2 or 3, but and you see the traditional sit-up is just like a up and down. Like, if you can find that range of motion that is like where it keeps you under constant tension, like, okay, whenever I get to this point, then, it I start to lose tension. Like, if you can find that tension zone and just stay right in there the entire time, that's what you're after. That's what brings the intensity. It's time under tension. Not whenever you come up and you lose that tension zone, you're getting a brief rest. And, if you're actually after maximum increase, then why wouldn't you put it under as much tension as you possibly can for as long as you can? And so, finding that tension range is pretty important. Yeah, it's more of a crunch than it is a sit up. But, really, one of the most important things to realize about this is to get abs, it's going to be done in the kitchen. It's not going to be done here, right? Like, it doesn't matter how much, ab workouts you do. If you're fat, they just ain't going to show up, dude. So if you think you're going to get in shape without having a dietary aspect to it, you're delusional, right? It's something that's not possible. You're going to have to go into some sort of diet, calorie deficit, or something, or else, it just ain't ever going to happen. This is actually something I missed out on a long time. I thought, like, I can just work out a bunch and that'll be enough and not really pay attention to my diet, but it's really only whenever you get your diet and your workout and your rest and nutrition all fine-tuned together and working in a symbiotic relationship kind of is whenever you can actually start seeing really good results. And the best phrase that I've ever heard is, you can't outwork a bad diet. There just ain't enough hours into the day to burn 7,000 calories. It's fucking impossible. So, that's been in the back of my head since I heard that. It's probably like, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago. It's like, damn, that's what I've been trying to do all these years, I feel super uncomfortable with my shirt off. Not too bad, really. But the thing is, like, whenever I was getting bigger in weight, dude, I would buy bigger clothes to kind of hide it. And I found like you'll actually kind of grow into those clothes. So if you actually get smaller clothes and start putting your body out there in uncomfortable situations, and you stay in those uncomfortable situations, it's actually gonna be like, I don't like that shit. And it'll cause you to change it. So that's one reason I'm documenting my entire process to get ripped. So, I want you guys to see where I started before, and I want you guys to see where I end up. So we're going to move over here to the leg extensions. I actually don't know if that decline was even on. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay, you guys should be able to have seen that, hopefully. But, we're going to go to the leg extension, start our actual leg workout now. Do just a couple sets, no weight, just to get the right form and get my knees. It's after a back surgery, man, like, you don't bend like you used to, so you'll use your knees in different ranges of motion, dude, and it's got my knees like crazy. So I'm building them back up and strengthening them, the muscles and tendons and all that stuff around them. So, I've got to really warm up with these workouts here to begin with, but it's going to be the same stuff, man. A few warm-ups, and we're going to take one set all the way to failure with really good intensity here. Squeezing the whole time, the best that you possibly can. Start on my training log here. I've actually just got it on. I used to carry a notebook into the gym with me, but it's just like carrying water or an energy drink. You got your notebook, you got a phone. It's like, dude, you're like dragging each and everything around with you. It's just like it's easier just to have it on the notes in your phone. That's how I do it. Leg day. You get copy and paste. It gets easy, man. All right. There was one workout that I was wanting to try, and it's like the dangling squats. Like you got the belt with a chain and a dumbbell, and you're just doing these squats like this with the dumbbell dangling in between your legs. I feel I'm going to have to be up on something elevated, like a couple boxes or something. I don't really have the equipment to do it, but it'll focus on a different part of your leg. I seen Nick Walker doing them is who I saw doing them. Okay, I did 90 pounds for 30 on this last time. And really, I mean, if you stay in like a rep range of like 8 to 12, they say that's optimal. You can go all the way up to 20, but really, if you get over like 15, depending on what rep range you're going to, I mean, you should probably be adding weight. But, yeah. And I mix it up on rep ranges sometimes. Like I'll do lighter weight for more reps. Because, dude, whenever you're doing intense workouts, dude, like it's hard to do them day in and day out. Like you got to cycle the rep range or the weight a little bit just to mix it up and kind of give your body a break, dude. All right. Start throwing some weight on here. So at the gym, you got, stacks. You just move the pen. So much easier, man. But if I were to have bought these machines with stacks, the shipping and handling, plus just like the sheer amount for the weights is just like, damn, dude. Like you're talking about a machine like this is difference in $500 or like $1,200. It's like, I'm fucking good on that shit. Just wasn't that important, but... So I'm just introducing that burn, you know. Got my hands on my legs where I can feel myself flex at the end of the rep range. Kind of, I don't want to say about lock out, but just like flex out at the end, I guess. And learn to keep that constant tension. But if I've got my hands on my legs, it's like my mind's in the muscle more, and I can like feel if I'm flexing or not. And if you're still flexing and contracting, then you're still working the muscle. So I'm going to do one more warm-up set. And then I'll do my all-out max set. I'll do usually like back, I probably do 5 or 6, maybe 7 workouts for the whole back. But, you know, usually most muscle groups I'll do like 4 to 5. So, you know. And really, once I progress into that exercise, like on the third exercise, like I'm completely warmed up at that point, and I can just start hopping from one max to the next, or maybe just one warm-up set just because I'm in a different range of motion with a different machine. Okay, yep, that's it. You get the good squeeze, you can feel it in your back. Get that one warm-up set, go right into your max set. Brief and infrequent, you know. The gorilla, 400-pound gorilla doing a one-arm pull-up. You know, you don't see them doing reps in the fucking jungle. Like, they're doing it one time and they're done. They go and rest, chill out, and their body compensates, dude. You know, so my philosophy and the philosophy of high intensity is just brief and infrequent. Shock it, you know, shock and awe, I guess, you know. But yeah, bro. So really I might end up doing, you know, 5 total all-out sets and then maybe like 6 warm-up sets total. All right. Did 90 for like 30 last time. Go up, throw, I think this is probably 115 or some shit. Just the ability, sheer ability to flow from one machine to the next machine to the next. Not be in a gym with people on the machine that you need next, and it's you're like, damn, you got to figure out something else to do. Like, that's one of the reasons I bought this whole setup, is just to get what's in my mind out into reality with no obstacles, and just to come in here and execute, boom, you know, and fucking leave. 45 minutes later, it's like, fuck yeah, man. Like, I'm really trying to build up my habits to where it's like, once I see something on my mind, boom. And usually the only thing that gets in between you and doing that is people, you know, it's whatever, but it is what it is, man. But that's reality too. Dealing with life on life's terms. You can't get around it. You got to deal with it. All right, so this isn't a set. That's why I like doing the one set max, because once you get to that, you're warmed up and you get to that max set. It's not a set. It is the set. This is the set that you go past what you did last time. that's going to cause the adaptation. So this is the one you got to give it your all. And, I am big on partials too. Doing partials, you'll see what I mean. Because if it's contracting and you're flexing, then you're still working it. Those last few are what really count, dude. It's when you're pushing your body into uncharted territories. Your body ain't going to deploy its resources for healing or to cope to something if it doesn't have to. It's going to send you all the alerts in your brain, hey, stop there. It's going to try to conserve it. That's just an evolutionary thing. I'm going to conserve this until I'm threatened and I have to use it. Well, that's what you have to do. You literally have to threaten your physiology to create an adaptation, right? And so we did the job there. Go over here and start doing squats. I've done away with all the ego movements. Barbell squats. I fucking hurt my back every time with that shit, man. I'm working around injuries. I've had a back surgery. And it's just like, dude, I'm trying to build muscle. I'm not trying to be a power lifter or a weight lifter. There's a difference. Do I want to lift weight or do I want to be a bodybuilder and build muscle? Okay. I had to get those movements out that weren't serving me and just focus on the ones that really help me contract and focus on that muscle group that I'm really looking to work. And it's more of, I'd say it's more of like I don't know about hack squat, but the range of motion is different and it's easier on my back and everything. So, this is what I found myself going with. So, I'm pre-exhausted with the leg extension and this is the quad exercise. So come right over here to squats while it's still burning and you fucking start hitting a couple warm-up sets to work up to your max set. Make sure you're really flexing those quads at the top. Man, and be recording your maxes too. You got your training journal. Because, how else are you going to know if you got stronger if you can't beat your last set? And if you can't beat your last set, something's wrong, okay? Your nutrition ain't there. You didn't have enough rest in between, or rest maybe at night. There can be different factors. There might not be enough rest in between workouts, right, for your body to produce to compensate and then overcompensate. So this training journal is a real big deal because it's actually going to allow you to diagnose what you need to do, right, for the next time. And once you figure out what what serves you best, what diet and nutrition to stick on, how much rest you need, how many days in between all this stuff, then you whittle out all the bullshit and you can just sit there and hit the throttle on those things that actually work, and you can make progress every time you come into the gym. All right. I did 230 for 14 on this last time. Do one more warm-up set, and then we'll get into that max set. You know, flexing and contracting the entire time. Starting to get hot. Starting to get warm outside. Got a stocking cap on for the microphone. I don't know where else to put it. So have to come up with something a little more creative, I guess. So I'm going to have a stocking cap on the entire damn time out in the summer. It's April 30th today. So I got like, you know, a couple months before. I think it might be June 21st is the actual summer equinox, maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong. But before it actually is like peak summertime. So and you also hear a bunch of people, I never believed this, man. But it's like, oh, you're going to have to be switching up your workouts all the time. You know, if you're doing barbell squats, you need to go and maybe do hack squats now. Well, dude, your body doesn't know. And that never made sense to me. It's like, so you're telling me if I just add weight to that workout, my body's still not going to cope to it? Get the fuck out of here. I never believed that shit. It's like, dude, your body doesn't know if it's doing a, incline fly versus an incline press. All it knows is, oh shit, that's heavy and I got to cope to it, or, oh, that's within my range. I don't have to do shit for that. Like, it's literally about pushing your physiology and your strength to the next level. Like, and I've been on these same workouts for almost 6 months, and I'm seeing strength gains and increases. Like, I mean, it's good, man. I don't believe that you've got to do that. I'm gonna add weight on this just because I went up to 14 reps on this last time. So I'll add weight. If I go over like 12, and I'll bump up weight and try to stay in that 8 to 12 rep range. If you go past that to 12, boom, bump up weight until you're in that 8 to 12, and then start pushing that limit. If you get to 12, add more weight and start pushing that limit, you know, working your max up. I do wear a belt on this last one just because I've had those back injuries, man, and I'm just not trying to go back, but, you know. All right, this isn't a set, this is the set. This is the set that's going to stimulate the growth. That's a good point too. You see I'm breathing heavy? Like, in this whole high intensity type of workout, you're always pushing your max. Well, there's a certain factor in this too, that if your cardio isn't up, and actually sometimes you're not actually going to muscular failure, you're going to cardio failure. Like, your body and I guess your air and all that stuff, like, you're hitting that peak, really. So your cardiovascular fitness can come into play in this and be the limiting factor rather than the actual, the isolated muscle, trying to isolate that muscle and take it to max. So definitely it's something you want to do, lacking at it big time. At times like these, it reminds me of, oh yeah, I need to be doing that. But it's the shittiest thing to fucking do. I'm doing steps. I do a lot of walking just to get my steps up. I think probably like 5,000 or 6,000 a day. I don't even know what I do. But I have started doing that, which will help. But, unless you're pushing your max too with your cardiovascular system, maybe, that high intensity intervals, a couple minutes all out, 1 minute rest, 2 minutes all out, 1 minute rest. Like, I used to do that, and that worked too, man, because the heart's a muscle, and it's under the same exact physical constraints, limitations that all the other muscles are too. So that's a good way to stimulate and build cardiovascular health too, is through high intensity training and intervals. Go over here while my legs are still burning. I'm gonna drop weight. I'm just, at this point, I'm going to keep that burn going, do another set of failure, 1 set, and then I'm going to go into my single legs and do all my bulk movements, and then I go into the single isolated for each side to keep the symmetry and make sure each side, my right and left leg or my right and left arm, are growing the same simultaneously with the same weight and the same rep range. And, my dominant arm is my right arm. So I can do more with my right arm and my right side than I can my left. So I always start out with my weak side, do as many as I can with that. Say it's 10 reps, and I go over here and I go only to 10 with my dominant side. And I'm playing catch up. I'm letting this left side, kind of keep the pace. You're moving as fast as your slowest vessel type of thing, I want to record this weight that I got on these squats real fast. Okay, so I was up 10 pounds from last week, same rep range on the squats there. All right. I did. I think I did like 20 or 21 on that. Doing 75 hard, and the guy who came up with the program, his name's Andy Frisella, and he's like a mega entrepreneur, dude, like lives that life you want to live. But man, the dude's built the business, built a good life, and now he's passing out all the tools, that got him there. Typically people want to charge you for that shit. It's hard to find good information for free, but That's who you hear in the background is Andy, dude. Dude's a beast, man. And serves as a big inspiration for me right now. Coming out of drug addiction 2.5, 3 years ago. That was in since I was 13 years old. Just really starting to come into my own as a man and really starting to put my nose to the grindstone, doing the right thing, and starting to really build my life. I'm way behind compared to everybody I went to high school with. But the thing is, they don't have the drive I do because they didn't go through what I went through. And it's like I wake up every day wanting my feet to hit the pavement because I know that I've got to make up time. Those people who have been doing it, they're just like, oh, it's just another day. Like, bet, keep doing that. Like, I'm just going to overtake you. And you'd underestimate what you can do if you really fucking focus on something and you say, this is the result I want, and I'm going to put everything into it until I get the result. No distractions, no excuses, no nothing. Just laser focus on that thing that you're looking to accomplish. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, that right there, that's the law of attraction, bro. Like, you're going after it. You're magnetized towards it. You're going like a magnet. There's that drive. They say balance. Magnets aren't balanced. No. Right? They just fucking go after it. That's it. They don't apologize for it. Boom, laser focus, man. That's the process that's going on in us, man. Like, whenever we're going after something energetically, and it's almost like a magnetic draw pulling us towards that objective that we have in our mind, right? So, if you go at life like that, dude, people will get out of your way. If you're walking down the street and you see somebody walking with intention, you're like, oh, shit. You step aside, I'm telling you, that's you. When you're going at something with, purpose, dude, just get out of that guy's way. Let him go where he's got to. All right, we're going to start on the weak side first and hit singles to round out our workout. And then after this set here will be done. But this isn't a set. This is the set, right? So we've got to push it till failure and then beyond. It's 22 on that side. I used to have massive ass quads and legs. But after my back surgery, dude, went downhill. Couldn't run. I couldn't do any of that shit, man. I'm like really am building myself back up at this point. There was a time that I was like, dude, look at that. There was a time where I was just like, dude, I don't know if I'm ever going to have what I had, but slowly got past that mindset into, okay, I can see a light at the end of the tunnel again, but kind of dark there for a minute. All right, so like I said, I went to 22 on my weak side. We'll go to 22 on this side, but no more. All right, man. And that is the workout for today with quads. We go to Planet Fitness at like 3 o'clock. I'm going to hit I'm going to hit abductors, the inside, and then hamstrings, leg extensions, lying hamstring curls,